West Dallas, man. My bad, man. I ain't mean to do that. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Y'all forgive me, please. But yeah, y'all get on here. Sure. Alright, my bad, y'all. Hold on, let me show you one more time. Since I got a deal. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, they try to take my Instagram. We got that Instagram back. These five niggas that here for me. Say, listen. I got 2 strikes on this channel, y'all. Chillin already hit me with 2 copyright strikes, right? So, yeah, they trying to get all my social media platform. So just what I need y'all to do. A classy lady of today YouTube channel, man. That's my backup YouTube channel. So, yeah, man, y'all go over there and subscribe. So please, I almost get to monetize. It ain't no way they can know it's mine. They can't. I got a whole different IP address. Yeah, man. So, y'all get them numbers up for me. So it's 300 some people in here right now. That's all I need. I need 300 some more people to help me go. Help, cause they gonna try to take this. Yeah, they finna try to take this motherfucker. So what I'm gonna do on that channel is, I'm not gonna go live. So that's how they find out it's my channel when I start going live. So I ain't gonna never go live on that channel, right? But I'm gonna upload all my old content from other people's channels. So how they stealing my stuff, I'm gonna go get all my video from other people's channel that I did. All my old video with the dreads. The name of the channel is A Classy Lady of the Day, and I'm paying homage to the old man. You know, we had the classy lady. And he didn't name it the classy lady. It was two lesbian chicks who had bought the club. It used to be the House of Soul. It's been in Stop 6 for like 40, 50 years. But when the old nigga got it, two chicks had owned it. They would go open it up, but they didn't. So then the old nigga got it, and he just never changed the name. He just never took the sign down. So yeah, the classy lady is legendary, historic in this city. Yeah, that's the birth of, the nigga nation. N-I-G-G-A, not N-I-G-G-R. N-I-G-G-R started in 1945. The old nigga had a club in 1960 called the Texas Nigga Club. So yeah, man, y'all go over there, pay homage to the old nigga for me. Hit like it, subscribe, share it. It's got a lot of old content. It's more positive. Yeah, it shows me in a whole different light. So if you rock with me, man, rock with that. Yeah, what's up with it, man? Nigga, I can't do all that read while I'm driving. Yeah, so I think y'all really gonna enjoy the content. So that's the content. That's the content that you can, during family time on Thanksgiving, Christmas. You and the family having family gatherings. You got granny and them and the kids in there. Y'all can put that on them big ass screen TV. Let it play through them surround sounds. And now y'all can laugh and have fun. My comedy show is gonna be uploaded over there, like the highlights of it. So behind the scenes footage. So yeah, that channel there gonna get what all the other thieving channels won't get. The authenticity of Charleston White. So yeah. Cause they gonna try to take this. They took my Instagram. Yeah, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Yeah. See, y'all rock with me, man. So yeah, won't be no live, nothing. Just a lot of pre-recorded. So once we, once we monetize it, right? So like the videos I got from other people's channels, I'm gonna make those private. So the only way you'll be able to get those, so, just my super chat, will be open. That's just for for my private people to get in there. And just know, I'm not asking for no money, but if you give me some money, I'm gonna give it back to these motherfuckers that be in that inbox and, hey, Mr. Mike, can you help me with this? I got a kid that's woo. So yeah, your money going back to the people, nigga, to the nation. I ain't gonna never say hit the cash app. I ain't gonna never say nothing. But I will post one, and one will be available. But it ain't gonna be, yeah, it ain't be for a nigga begging. It'll just be up there. So it's just like if I had a church, right? If I had a church, I would never stop preaching and have no motherfucking time asking people for their money. My tithe bucket would be at the door. Yeah, I have a tithe like a complaint box. Yeah. I have that motherfucker like a complaint box. If you want to drop something in there, you can. If not, fuck it. Yeah, it is what it is. But the church door gonna be open. We still gonna feed the people. Yeah. So that's what that's gonna be like. So I'm gonna try to structure the channel. Yeah, that channel for my family and my loved ones. Where if anything was ever happen to me, they have access to all my footage and video and take it right over there without it being struck by those that be. So we gonna follow the guidelines and all that. They don't sell the bag. Nigga, I don't know. Oh yeah, I know y'all, bro. Keep rocking with me. Keep rocking with me. Yeah, keep rocking with me. Not at all. Not at all. Say, what's up, Mr. Nigga? Yeah, what's up, Mr. Nigga? Say, Mr. Nigga, if it ain't a Charleston white fan typing, you know what to do. Security! Security! If it ain't a Charleston white fan, security! 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 Yeah, y'all keep rocking. Yeah. Oh, security! Say, look at our collection. We got 2 shows. They say the number looking good. It's a lot of excitement. We coming through to do some community work as well. Yeah. It is what it is around. We can't lose because we keep winning. Yeah. We can't lose because we keep winning, man. It's real simple. Just stay consistent. Yeah. Just stay consistent. Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate all views because all views count. Yeah. Do a comedy show in California. I did. We did one in San Diego, sold out. Yeah, we did one in San Diego, sold that motherfucker out at the Observatory Theater. Bad motherfucker, nigga, sold out. Sold out like a motherfucker. Trust and stay off the lean. Nigga, I don't drink no motherfucker lean. No motherfucker lean. But I will sip it. You don't want my little partner to come through and I'm kicking it with the young nigga. Yeah, I might hit it. But nah, I'm too active. I talk too much to lean, nigga. Mr. Nigga! Pour out a little liquor. Mr. Nigga! Come to the booth. What you want to eat? Mr. Nigga! Already. Nigga! Mr. Nigga getting their ass out of here.
What up? What up? Welcome to the Keep It Going podcast. My guy Doc is a real dude sitting with real people having real conversations. Now make sure you subscribe so that you can get notifications every Tuesday. Now let's chop it up.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Keep It Going. I am lit this morning, guys. We are talking about something this morning, guys, that I think is so relevant, especially in today's culture. I have some very special guests to talk about this topic. I have Lisa Pamphilin. She used to work for the DA's office now in private practice. You may have seen her on the posters running for judge last year. And so, Lisa, it's so good to have you on the show for the first time. This is Adin Settle. He used to be known that he was able to live to tell about. And to my immediate right, I got the man who is all over everywhere. This is Charleston White. And, you know, I've heard him described as where genius and insanity meet. There you find Charleston White. Right. Have you heard that before? Right. Where genius and insanity meet, there you find Charleston White. So, man, I'm so glad to have y'all here, man. Thank y'all. And we have a very special guest who's going to call in to our show. Cannot wait to talk to his brother, Kevin White. Is Kevin the older brother or younger brother? He's the older. To talk his big brother. And guys, I cannot wait to hear it. I had no idea what his background was, but the brother did 31 years in prison and came out. He was at church last Sunday, gave his life. And so I just can't wait to hear more about him, because you never know who walked, you never know a person's story that walked it out. And here at Corner I tell people all the time, we got some of everything. Am I right about it? We have some of everything that come to our house. So I want to get this thing started, man. Let's just jump right into it. This is one that I don't even need a script for. Let's start with this, because street dude, street life, right? And I don't think people understand what they're truly choosing. I want to talk about this. The street dude and God. Like, where do they meet? Do the average guy on the street right now, the average youngster grow up in the street in that lifestyle, do they have a God knowledge or a God conscience? I have a theory there. But when you hear about that, Charles, you said something very interesting, as far as like, the only Bible you read was your mother's actions. Yes. And so you didn't come to know the Lord until you kind of watch your mother live. Yeah, Say more.
I would reject the words that she was saying. Yeah, mama, that's what you believe. Yeah, mama, that's what you saying. Children are bent on proving their parents wrong, especially as adolescents, because you think they don't know. Right. You think they don't understand your world. So the things that they say to you, you reject them as a kid, as a teen, as a young adult, only to grow up and start to realize, your mom was right, your dad was right. So when mom is telling you about God, the culture is telling me about pimps, right? So the culture is propagating and promoting and glorifying a pimp. Well, when I cut the TV off, I got a pimp uncle. The culture is glorifying woman beaters, right? So you think about the black exploitation era, the 70s, right? Okay. Pimping, Superfly, the Mac. So before we had gangsters, we had pimps.
That's you. That's
my uncle.
that was you, because you were very much involved in like the whole pimp culture, because you were a pimp. Yeah. What led you to that? Did you have an uncle pass game on to you, or did you just kind of saw an opportunity, or or a female chose you to be a pimp first, right?
I got turned out. I got turned out. I was 14 and a half years old, and I met a woman, Avis McCoy, who I was living in a car that I had bought. And she just came up and started talking and said, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live in my car." She said, "Not no more." And so she took all my clothes, put it in an apartment. I was 14 and a half, she was 26. And so she said, "Take me to the truck stop tonight." And so I took her to the truck stop, and she said, "Pick me up at 8 o'clock. When I picked up, she had like $800-something, so much cocaine. We shot about $200 worth of cocaine.
At 14?
Yeah. I started shooting dope at 13. Yeah.
Wow.
And so she was the one that got all the women. She went to the penitentiary. So all the women that was going to live this lifestyle with or without me was the one that trained me to be the ideal pimp that they would love to work for.
Okay, so let's say, so you're a pimp, you're the lifestyle. You see a Charleston, he's about 18, 19. Do you promote that lifestyle?
My uncle did. I would ride with my uncle, my mama's oldest brother. I would ride in the car with him and his prostitutes. He would tell me how she was doing him. He was doing me like that. Yeah, nephew, you don't have no business effing with a woman if you ain't got nothing for her to do other than sleeping with her. Find something for her to do. Wash clothes, make her sit. So I even repeat that as a grown person.
Wow.
So I got my uncle. I'm seeing this in real life. Then when I cut on the television, there go the movie The Mac. As a kid, I can recite that whole movie.
The Mac messed up a lot of people.
Man, when I grew up, I want people talking about me like they was talking about Jesus. That's what the Mac said in the movie, and that's always been my dream from a kid.
Let me tell you what's funny. There was a dude in my neighborhood. His name was, you know what I'm saying, Goldie. His nickname was Goldie. Goldie said that the dream job of a pimp is what? To be a pastor.
Yeah.
They look at pastors as the ultimate pimps.
What they call that macking. He macking from the pool pit.
Wow.
Yeah, he macking from the pool pit. Now you ain't pimping no more. You done elevated to macking.
That's what the man was saying. And so that's why so could that be the reason why a lot of street dudes don't respect preachers?
That's exactly
It's different aspects.
Wow.
Because the reason why I say that, I've known just what he said. But when I was doing that was different. I wanted mine to be a corporate business. I had a hotel that I had all the girls working at. And I would sit in my car, in the way that I would know that they were safe, I protected them.
So before you go there, I want, because this ultimately is going to, the crossroad is going to be, because we got to choose a plan of attack of how we change people's mind, right? I want to start with how we can use church, God, and Holy, how those things can be used to be some type of introduction to a lifestyle change. And so, real quick, so for what you're saying right now, though, what I'm saying is that if the culture, if these guys who are trying to help, how can the church help them if they don't respect the church?
Well, because the church is not a fisherman of men. It's a pond of women. The Bible says whoever's at the pulpit has to be a fisherman of, make him a fisherman of men. Men will flock to him. Right? Women flock to the church. That's a pond. The church is supposed to go out and go get the lost souls. So the church don't attract men because it's a woman's world.
So I would say my pushback would be certain churches, because I can like your brother, 31 years, a man's man. He come to a church and joined that church,
and I've never heard him talk about God. So I was shocked. I laughed out, man. That nigga play. But when I heard him, he don't play. Right. He don't play.
You don't play on 31 years.
Man, listen, most people go to prison and play with God. He never played with God in 31 years. So I feel like, man, they ain't gonna never get out. Because I never heard him mention God.
Let's call him.
So for him to get out and join church, it blew my mind.
Wow.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
And Lisa, so you're here from when you get him on the line, let me know. We have a guest of honor, Kevin White, getting called in. So Lisa, when you're hearing, because this is the culture that many young men they were in when they came to court and they was about to be sentenced to prison, and it wasn't just a choice they made in the moment, it was a lifestyle they was cultivated to make. It's almost like it's not really even fair. If I've been cultivated my entire life to do this, if your abnormal is my norm, then you gotta first start with my mind before you send me to prison. If you send me to prison, I may get better at what you send me to prison for. So how do you guys take the culture and the mentality and the psychology behind the criminal mind before sentencing one?
Yes and no. I mean, I've seen it from, all perspectives. As a former police officer, as a assistant district attorney, and now in private practice, the majority of my clients don't even talk about God until they about to go to prison. Their mama and their grandmother
they praying
talking about God, they praying.
Right.
But the defendants that I represent, that's the furthest thing.
Hey, Lisa, hold on 1 second. Kevin?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Yes, sir.
Can y'all hear me?
What's happening?
Man, it's good. I'm good, man. Listen, first of all, congratulations on joining church and everything Sunday. I honestly had no idea of your testimony until your baby brother, sitting here to my right, he said, man, I didn't hear my brother talk about God in 31 years. So I was shocked when he joined church? What's up all the way?
The whole time I was down there, mom was, she carried me on, bro. She was praying for me. Tell about God, got to the point where I told her, excuse my friend, I told her straight up, fuck God. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And,
Wow.
But she said, okay, how you feel, that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't want to talk about no God. You gotta think, I was 17 years old. Well, probably about 20, think when the last since trying to figure out how to deal with the penitentiary.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to deal with no God or nothing else, dealing with no religion. I was thinking about trying to hurt a person and make it out to penitentiary.
Kevin, hey man, it's Kevin. Kevin, help me. Was the only Bible he ever read. And so he was introduced to who God really was by listening and watching your mama. Not a pastor, not a scripture. And so my question to you, man, is what happened? What happened for have 31 years, having been in prison since 17 years old? What would make you, what happened at that moment, being here in this environment, say, you know what, I'm going to get this thing right today?
Well, it happened. I was in prison.
Okay.
2017, April 2017, I got caught with cell phone. And cell phones are prohibited off in prison.
Mm-hmm.
So I laid up, I got called, I was off in solitary confinement. I said, man, I'm going to deal with this for myself. For
Wow. Would you?
Mama came down there on a Sunday. She came down on a Sunday and said, Kid White, you got to visit. I said, I ain't got no visit. I ain't told nobody come see me. They said, she said, Mama will let me know when she gonna come see me. I said, man, you got to visit. So I know it ain't nobody but Mama. So I was walking around. I said, man, I got to visit. I said, man, you going tonight. You can't get back. You got to go down there and let them know you gonna want to see me. So I go down there. Mama had tears in her eyes, bro. She said, I know it's a cell phone. I'm sorry. I said, Granny, how you doing that? She said, because she ain't bothering no more.
Wow.
So I said, Mama, how you know? She said, nobody told me nothing. I just know it's a cell phone. So to make a long story short, I seen her look in my mama's eyes. I ain't never seen before in my life. I've been in trouble with joy in my life, bro. I ain't never seen that look, man. I can't describe it. I can't replay it. Only thing I know, I never want to see that look ever again
Wow.
in my life.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So The visit was over with. I went back to the cell. I walked around. So that Monday, they take me to G5. I go to court every day at G5, and so I go to G5, try to tell, G5 was close cousin to the central.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up in the cell. So instantly, dude, my cellist, he's like, man, yeah, I got the live dude. They came out with a dude sitting up in a quarter pound of K2. And so I'm like, man, I don't want this. I said it back to us, man, I don't want that. So I said, so my cellist like, man, what you send that back for, man? I said, man, get you into the K2. I ain't thinking about that. So I got up in the bunk, in the top bunk, I just laid down. I looked at the ceiling. I said, God, if you will, show me you will.
Wow.
Because I got to do something different. I got to do something different. I can't keep doing what I'm doing. And he didn't talk to me. He was like, nigga, I can't do it. Let me tell you this. None of stuff. All I can say since 2017, my life is totally different.
Oh, my goodness.
Totally different. Since 2017,
Oh, my goodness.
I just started believing in God since 2017. I actually told my son one time, he asked, he said, say, can't like, who you believe in? God or your mama? I said, my mama. He said, what? He said, what? I said, yeah, man, I believe my mama.
She the living
Bible. No God. I believe my mama. My mama is one is God. For me, every time she prayed, I love my mama. I said, my mama gonna be Easter suits.
Okay.
Mama introduced me to God. Mama introduced me to God. So what bro told you about what mama is God, it's right.
Wow.
That's the only God we knew. It's Christian.
As a kid, how else do you get to know?
I got several things unpacked, man, with your brother. We have a couple other guests here. Here's a big question for you. What would you tell the young man today who don't understand the reality of the penitentiary? Because some people go into jail for free. And they don't understand the reality that time is real. You can't get time back. Penitentiary ain't no cakewalk. That days are long and slow and boring and repetitive. What would you tell a young person in like 30 seconds of here's why you need to change your life and choose Penn State over the state pen? What would you tell a young person, young man or lady for that matter, watch this podcast, listen to your voice? What would you tell them in 30 seconds or less why they need to make a better decision because their future literally depends on it?
First of all, I'm gonna tell a man, yeah, life depends on decisions and choices and sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? There's three things that everybody, you live off of, the people you got sitting beside you live off of, Donald Trump, President Obama, no matter who you are, we all live life, have to make a decision and choice and make a sacrifice every second, every minute of the day.
Wow.
I made a decision and choice 31 years ago that still haunt me right now.
Wow.
Because number one, I didn't listen to my mama.
I didn't listen to my mom. Right.
I didn't listen to my mama. I thought I was too wrong.
Okay.
I didn't be young. I didn't enjoy it. I ain't never was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out of high school with 2 credits short. And I made everything in our power to make me get to school.
So,
I couldn't go to school for 1 day of the week.
So Kevin, so number one, listen to your parents. What's number two?
Number two, you got to be held accountable, man. You got to hold yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying?
I like
You
that.
got to hold yourself accountable.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? You got to look in the mirror and look at self. Because everything starts with self. Yeah, your mom, your dad, grandma, your grandpa, your uncles, your aunts, everything, they gonna make suggestions. But it's up to you to make the final decision in life. You have to be able to look in the mirror and see what's in the mirror, see life for what it is, not for what you want it to be. Because once you go to jail, you can't call mama. Ain't no mama come and get you out no penitentiary. Ain't no dad.
So
nobody comes to you after penetration.
so it's okay, it's Kevin. And third, if you can cater towards this, because just like your brother was saying, and many say, a lot of times, people see church as, or pastors or preachers or ministry, they see that kind of as a joke. So what would you tell pastors, leaders, of how to reach Kevin White's at 49 and Kevin White at 17? What can the church do better? Or is it just we gotta get rid of the clowns out the pulpit? What needs to happen to attract more and save more young lives? In your personal opinion, in 10 seconds, what is it? Or just share, what was it for you?
The preachers have to do like you do, Mr. Goins, like Michael Todd and them do. You know what I'm saying? They got to understand crazy faith. You got to understand your crazy faith, man.
You read the book.
And not only did I read the book, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to relate, man. You can't tell these dudes, like, I was at Mother's Church, not Mother's Day. I was at Cornerstone, I had a woman talk, she talking about the baby, the music that they listen to, this, that, and that. Say, man, they relate to these people that's rappers because they mama them listen to the same rap music that they listen to. You know what I'm saying? They mama going to the same
club. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Medea effect is no longer there. When I was growing up,
The Medea effect. That's good.
I assume that me and you got the same age. I didn't care if mama listened to Luther Vandross, Frankie Beverly Mays, Nita Baker. I could not go in the room. That was grown folks' music.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're living the age of the 35-year-old grandmother, and I think I think we're seeing that effect on young people. So Kevin, listen, since you are here, man, I want to talk. I want to get you in the room, man, with some other youngsters, man, because I think you got a lot to tell. It sounds like you got a whole book inside of you that we need to talk about. But let me get back to these guests live. And brother, thank you so much for calling in, and looking forward to seeing you at church, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Say, man, you keep doing them dances, man. Guess what?
What's up, man?
You don't keep, say, Pastor G, you keep doing your dance, you keep spitting them lyrics, them hip-hop lyrics that you spit. You know what I'm saying? And you'll keep rocking to you.
Oh, wow.
Keep rocking to you. Because they love you. You know why? Because you understand they crazy faith.
Man, I just had someone post on my social media. They said, someone said, you're looking like an old clown trying to be dressed like a teenager. And this Negro had on a Steve Harvey suit from '75, and tell me anyway. That's a different topic. Love you.
Mr. Goins, let me say this to you before I go. Since I've been out with Antoine Daddy, my brother arranged for me to do an interview. You know how I came out dressed for the interview?
How's that?
I came out with a suit on. My brother looked at me and said, man, what is you doing, man?
You ain't gonna get to you.
You got your own way, I got mine.
Right.
He said, nigga, let me tell you something, bro. You just got out, man. The preachers don't even wear suits and ties no more. Don't nobody want to listen to no preacher, no suit and tie.
Wow.
That's what I did. He said, no, man, you got to get up and go change your clothes, man. No, man. He said, man, what young person want to sit down and next to a nigga with a suit and tie?
Are you gonna be here tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be at church tomorrow. Sir.
Which service, 9 or 11?
I got to see what service my sister gonna go to.
Okay.
The 9 o'clock service, sir.
Okay, holler at me, man, tomorrow after church, and we gonna see what needs to happen to get your baby brother up into. All right, man, bless you, bro.
Confucius said, he who controls images controls minds. He that controls images controls minds. Imagery is projected in rap music. That's why you got gangsterism. That's why you hear pimp. That's why you hear the whore spirit, because those are images.
True.
So these images are being propagated and promoted to our children. So when they cut the television off, what other images do they have to see to relate to?
Okay.
Mama gone to work, daddy gone, and they step outside. Who are they more likely to see? Not the preacher, not the teacher, not the lawyer. They gonna see the pimp, the gangsters, the thugs.
Is it a parenting thing though, or is it back to parenting?
It's a cultural thing. It's a race thing.
Okay.
It's not a parenting thing. It's a race thing because it takes a village. It takes more than the parents.
But parents today try to be friends with their kids.
Can't do that.
You cannot do that.
Sorry.
I mean, there's like these little guys, they run a damn house and they run everything. Mama think it's all cute.
Yeah, no.
They think it's all cute.
So I think whereas it takes a village, a community, but when you coming up in a village and a community that's not conducive to raising kids, now it's back to mom and dad again.
Well,
you gotta have
I was
a
raising
standard
my son
somewhere.
to be a pimp though.
But
You was?
I was. I had my daughter. I had my wife, which was my children's mother, stripping while she was 5 months pregnant with my daughter.
Wow.
My son was born, picked up for school with prostitutes in the car with him. He was stepping over prostitutes going to school. I was raising him to see this, but I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
When my life changed in 30s, I'm not, but I done already exposed these kids. So I think what parents forget is from 0 to 5, our kids see a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
They see they see a whole bunch of things that we forget that they seen because we was also young too when we had them. So now we're trying to live different. So mama saying God, we saying, Mom, we wasn't learning about God mama didn't go to God till I was about 12. From 0 to 12, mama wasn't talking God.
Okay. Okay, so you need a season to watch mom to see mom. Is this for real? What you talking about?
Well, I never seen a man come out of. I always seen a good woman, but we never knew God. She was always a good woman. We just never knew God.
That's an intriguing concept.
But you know,
go ahead.
I hear what he's saying, but there's something that a lot of people don't know.
So,
I've been on the streets when I was pimping. Then I started dealing drugs here and had 20 drug houses, and I was part of an organization, organized crime. And I used to see these young brothers with their guns on the street talking that smack, watching them pistol whip people and stuff. And then when I would go to jail, I would see them come into jail in the prison system, and they were so timid. Oh, they wasn't gangster no more. Out there, they be ready to go up on. But when you're in there, they be so timid. And you know what? And I tell them just like this.
I'm gonna talk to K. White about that.
I said, one thing that's going to happen to you, son, is when you go to the penitentiary, you're going to have Kool-Aid on your lips, on your cheeks. You're going to have a T-shirt tied in a knot because you're going to be somebody's woman because you can't do nothing for yourself.
So that's why they all went to the gang and went gang, right? So it's like, people get it misconstrued. Black boys aren't gangster. They ain't playing gangster. They just hurt. The hurt done develop into anger because hurt people.
Right.
So because you don't understand the hurt. So as a kid, I remember my brother. My brother was 10 years old, man, maybe 11. We've never been abused. We don't know what it's like to go to bed hungry. I've never seen my mother beat on. I've never seen a man come out of her bedroom. I never heard my mother say anything bad about my father. I ain't never heard my mama cuss nobody out. I ain't never even heard my mama gossip in all of my life.
Wow.
My 10-year-old big brother looks at me as kids and say, when I grow up, I'm gonna kill somebody. With so much anger. The boy had anger from the simple fact of not having a father. Well, where does the anger come from? Here I am as a kid.
Wow.
I'm feeling abandoned because my father's not here. I'm feeling rejected. I'm feeling unloved. I'm feeling unwanted. I'm feeling neglected. Mama working. Mama can't process these feelings as a boy. So what ends up happening? Tupac says, when I get my weight up with my hate, I'm going to pay them back when I'm bigger. Hurt people. So as I begin to get older and mama licks stop hurting, guess what? Now I'm hurting.
Y'all hear what he just said? When mama's licks stop hurting.
Her words still hurt, but her words make me angry.
I'm with you.
Because now I'm acting out of anger, as every black boy with a gun, he's acting out of displaced anger. Every nigga he kicking and stomping is really toward his daddy and his mama. Every woman that is abused, he really mad at his mama.
He's right on
wait, Papa, I got to jump in here because this is very intriguing. Here's a tale of two tapes.
I hated black men because my father was absent. That started with the preacher, the janitor.
So it's a similar story though. See, my deal was different. To whereas I had the same type things almost, and my mama's certain things I would never say while my mother is still living, right? But I saw all those things that you didn't see. I saw. I've seen my mom get beat. I told the people, son, I didn't know, when I was growing up, I didn't know not one woman in my entire neighborhood who wouldn't get beat up by a man. From my mama, my aunts, my neighbors, I thought that was a norm.
Right.
Yet, I never in my life put my hands on a woman.
Yeah.
I got my first package put in my hand as a sophomore in high school, and got a really big opportunity to be a part of something, a line from Houston to Louisiana. But you know what happened, man? Even though that's all I saw some in me said, you know what? That ain't the play. And so I don't want to, so it's like for me, I think, like the decision my brother said, I've always had integral points in my life where I had to make the decision, do I take this package? Do I punch this woman in the face? And I say, that's just not what I want to try. And I have every excuse to. So how do we differentiate between two people, same and two diverse experiences, but we made different choices? It's intriguing now because we both kind of doing the same thing with different language.
Those that's closest to the problem is closest to the solutions. We close to the problems. Those that's closest to the problems are closest to the solutions.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. But Lisa, so from a legal perspective, the DA you seen in some you sent to prison, right?
I'm too fucking smart to play gay games with a Jewish kid on such a large platform when I got to come back to the community and hold panels with a prosecutor, a pastor of one of the biggest churches in the DFW area. So yeah, I can't do that, man. And I believe in prison, but I'm not sure if prison is reformative. I got a friend right now. He's on his 34th year in prison at Angola State Penitentiary for a principle. He was a robbery. He was like the shooter, but Terry Mays shot the guy, and the DA said we want to kill. We want a capital punishment on your boy. If you testify against him and say you saw it, you can go home. He said, well, I can't say that. It's like me killing the man because I ran off. Right. He said, if you don't testify against the man, both y'all getting life. And that's exactly what they did. 34 years in prison was not the trigger man. And for him, and he and I, we had communicated over years, but he's saying these guys come in and they don't really have a plan when they get out. And so when you don't have a plan, so now we're talking about the whole reentry thing. My question to you is that the DA's office, do they take the psychology of prison in place, especially when it comes to young black men? Because even the sentencing is lopsided. A black man gets more time than a white guy, 3 times as much from right here. Is that a true stat that the DA office look? Is that a true stat?
I'm just saying that from my perspective in prosecuting people, right? I always did things I looked at it holistically, right? So
okay.
It's situations where when I was because I was a police officer, and I saw a lot of bad things that police officers did when they beat people. And I mean, I saw it first.
They don't do that. Police officers actually beat people.
It was time to, I saw it.
You ever heard that happening?
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm messing up.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And so my thing was, I always try to, especially when prosecuting black men, is he salvageable? Is there something in him? And a lot of times it was just looking at the mama and the grandmama most of the time.
Wow.
Is there something, what caused this person to turn to go down this particular road? So I would always look for alternatives to incarceration. This is a program he can take: batterers intervention, anger control counseling, drug programs.
Wow. Something
where I was not forced to send him to the penitentiary.
So now this is intriguing, because I've always asked the question: why do defense attorneys find themselves, or attorneys, begging prosecutors to save someone's life? Is there a record that's kept for conviction rate? So as a DA, if your stock gonna go up, you need more convictions. So you don't get a reputation as DA if you let people go on programs.
you have, well, back in the day, I mean, the system has changed from when I first became a prosecutor. It was like there was no alternatives to incarceration.
Okay.
Over time, we have come up with these different diversion programs, is what they're called. So we're looking for alternatives because Texas was sending more people to the penitentiary than any other state.
Are you from Texas originally?
Yes, sir.
In the United States. And so we were overcrowding these prisons without giving alternatives.
Wow.
If a person gets that chance, an alternative to incarceration, and they successfully complete it, that's life changing.
Wow.
And then, but they don't, they want to go. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people just absolutely need to be in the penitentiary, period.
Sure.
I recommend it. I recommend prison for most black boys.
Talk to me.
I think most black boys should go to prison. I think it's one of the best tools of teaching.
Is there a time frame in which you say it's best for them to go to prison?
I think I recommend it for every black male that's caught up into the hip hop culture that don't know what they want to do after high school. So if they don't know what they want to do after high school, they need to go to prison, and I promise you they'll be better men when they return home, because I've seen nothing have produced better black men than America's prison system.
Really?
Yes, I've seen nothing produce more better black men.
So you suggest the state pen over Penn State to teach young black boys?
Yes, because I see more black men go to college and do nothing with college, but I see them come out as better black men from prison.
You gotta go.
I don't know about that one, Charles.
I've been to college in both. I've been to both. Well, I haven't been to prison. But I have an organization that has 50 men who committed a murder when they were children, including myself. So I spent 7 years of my life locked up on a murder in a boys' home. So all of my friends been to prison. And I'm telling you, they great men coming from prison. So I'm an expert in crime and criminals, right? And so it's my qualitative knowledge based on my experiences that God uses prison to preserve black life. Other than that, they would die early. They would do something at 19 and 20 that would ensure that they get a life sentence. So God have to let this fool, because he's not listening to his mother, he don't listen to his father, he don't go to church, and he don't have a God. So every black boy I know met God in prison.
Now, some of that I do agree
because
with.
all things work for the good of those, right?
Well, say a word. I do agree that prison can preserve, because a lot of guys on a crash course to young death until they went to prison. Now you over there saying I totally disagree with that.
Well, I went to the penitentiary twice.
Yeah, I don't wish prison on nobody.
I don't wish prison on nobody. Here's the deal. And then as far as the lifestyle, what he was saying was true, but that's not for everybody. I mean, my whole anger came from being raped and molested as a kid, and being beaten by a family that's supposed to be loving me. And the only memory I had of love was my grandmother. It's all destroyed, and it's to the point right now that I'm at the age of 13. I'm shooting dope. I got a gun, and I refuse for anybody to lift a finger at me. I wouldn't care who you were. My anger grew from there to every day I blamed God for keeping me here. I was afraid to commit suicide because I really thought I would go to hell. So that was kept me here. But I was angry at God. But every day, Pastor, every day, I look forward to somebody killing me to get me off of this.
Let me explain.
But that penitentiary,
I'm the kid.
I've seen so much happen in the penitentiary, from seeing people raped, laying in a puddle of blood, and watching a guard walk right by and not doing nothing. I've watched people get shanked. I've watched.
So the trauma, you say, can be life damaging.
It can be life.
But who cares when these people have got victims who have life traumas? The people that he's saying this have happened to have caused trauma to these people out here. These same boys who I say should go to prison, mama's scared of them in the house. 12-year-olds kicking their grandmamas. See, this is a.
I agree with that. So he said
that's intriguing. Okay, everybody. I know this has been some fire stuff. We got to shut it down right now. So we'll be back with part 2. Keep it going.
That was good, wasn't it? Now that you know who my man is, go follow Doc on IG at Doc_Goins. I'll see y'all next Tuesday back on the block.
Outro the first one? Outro the first? Okay. Okay, everybody. I know this has been some fire stuff. We got to shut it down right now. So we'll be back with part 2. Keep it going.
Play now, part 2.
What up? What up? Welcome to the Keep It Going podcast. My guy Doc is a real dude sitting with real people having real conversations. Now make sure you subscribe so that you can get notifications every Tuesday. Now let's chop it up.
This is part 2.
I've been working with juveniles in the community, from the schools, the juvenile system. I taught at the adult parole office for over 12 years now. I'm saying this as a youth worker and a youth advocate.
Hey, man.
I recommend it. So this is what I do when I talk to kids. You give me a group of kids, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. One of y'all going to prison. 1, 2, 3. One of y'all going to prison. Mighty fact, we can all go to the nearest maternity ward. Or just find a bunch of black pregnant women. How many of y'all having boys? 1, 2, 3. The baby's not even born yet. One of y'all babies going to prison.
Is that the stat? One in three will prison
go.
Or arrested.
1 in 3 will go to prison or be on some form of community supervision in their lifetime. So I tell black boys, look at your daddy, look at your mama's brother, look at your daddy's brother, look at your homeboy's daddy, look at all the males in your family and see who done went to prison and tell me, what are you doing differently? What's in your household that's different that ensures you're not gonna go? So I recommend it because I've seen them come home as better men. They come home, they know God, they can speak Arabic, they done read all the 48 laws of power, and now they got a little respect, they're not disrespectful. I done seen them, but before they were some of the worst beings known to our community in our homes.
So Egon, but listen to what he's saying. He's saying for prison, for some, it slows them down enough to catch. Because you know, like I know guys at a church, they couldn't read before they went to prison. It's you said something I've never heard that before. Because hold on, listen, I'm with you from the trauma, because visuals, like images, it can be traumatic. I had a friend committed suicide, blew his head off when he got out of penitentiary because he got saved when he came home. And when he got saved, he developed a conscience, which he never had before. And so now he starts seeing the images.
Gonna let him out of prison. I used to hear my brother on the phone. I said, homie, God ain't gonna never let you out of prison.
He said same mindset.
Because he didn't have no remorse. He didn't have no remorse. He was still with the 30 years, homie, you been in prison from a kid. You still getting caught with a cell phone in 2018. Nigga, God ain't gonna never let you come out of prison. I'm seeing all my homeboys. They went in as kids, homie. They wasn't raped.
Okay.
They was tough enough to make it. And if they were raped, so what? They done some things to some people too.
Okay.
Prison is supposed to punish you.
Whoa.
It ain't supposed to help you. You're there to be punished. The juvenile system helps you.
So I want to hear this.
Juvenile system is, I would say Tarrant County has probably one of the best
Rehab?
juvenile systems in the United States.
Really? I've never heard that.
Prison punishment.
Prison punishment. I've never heard someone say the juvenile system is to help rehabilitate. Prison is to punish.
Punish crime. You done something wrong, punish.
Juvenile is where, if you don't get it at juvenile, it's over. If you pour into you all these resources.
I've never heard that before.
As a juvenile, I used to be a prosecutor at juvenile. If you screw up after juvenile, you just doomed, basically. But I've known a lot, like Charleston said, it's a lot of guys I know in Fort Worth that I've represented. I mean, I'm talking 15, 20 years ago. These dudes learned their lesson. They out here working, productive citizens, married with kids, grandkids. And they were out there hard in the gang. They were gang members and everything. And they'll call me.
And you know what's crazy? Now, I am 28 years old right now. And I have got, what's up, man? Who are now just
I'm about to say, man, you 28 for real?
So listen, I got a lot of dudes, man, like my friends, they just getting out of jail within the last decade. And these jokers in turn, they doing something different. They really
so come on, talk by the same token, I'm hearing what he said, 1 in every 3.
Is that a true stat?
But that's a fact. That's a fact. But
I didn't know that.
But what I'm not hearing is how many that go in, that get out, stay out.
Well,
you're right.
But hold on. That goes back to the black community. So let me say this. So I was a part of Welcome Back Tarrant County, over at the adult parole office. So every Tuesday and Thursday, you guys get out of prison. So I was a part of all the chaplains and churches around here that does prison reentry, right?
Okay.
When black people come back to the community, nobody's standing there to help them reenter. If you go to Huntsville and you see all the people that's getting home from prison, them white churches standing out there. When you look at Kairos, who's going to volunteer in the prison,
Kairos.
It's white people. So it's not the system's fault. It's on us now. When they come back to us, we supposed to have something for them. Starting with family support. Most inmates don't have family support. That's the number one reason you go
Yeah,
back.
he's got a point there, because when I
true.
got out,
That's true.
it was in '87. Okay, so wasn't no white churches or no black churches standing outside when I walked out the wall units in Huntsville. Wasn't nothing but us going to the bus station, looking crazy with the clothes they gave us to put on. I had a
on the block, and you
orange
probably give you a
prison
package
shirt with
and some money.
pockets. I had high waters on. I said, man, I know you can give me something better than that. I said, man, get up out of here, man, because they pissed off that you leaving and they still in there. Because
Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad,
and that
y'all.
you do. We're talking about these other things, but we're talking about what do you do when you're in there. When you go in there, first of all, you never tell them how much time you got. When I went in there, when they asked me, hey, what's up, Eldorado Red? How much time you got, man? I said, man, I got 45 years. I only had 5 years. And the reason why I said 45 years, because that makes you say, well, I got plenty of time.
They next to you
do
paperwork?
whatever. No, they can't see it. But they said, man, I got plenty of time to mess with him. Because they will mess with you. I've had it to where I didn't even want visitors. When somebody would come and visit me, they say, settle, you got a visit. I said, send them home. I didn't want to see nobody, because every time I saw somebody, my time started all over again.
See, we're the generation of kids. We're the first generation of black children. My whole generation is the first group where gangsterism was introduced. We wanted to go. We wanted to go. We looked forward to it, right? You have to think about the.
It's called Gladiator School.
We had the movie Penitentiary. We had Penitentiary 1, Penitentiary 2, Penitentiary 3. That was already prepping us for it, right?
Too sweet.
I'm gonna be too sweet.
Yeah.
I wanted to go. So here it is in 91. We're the first generation of children in America to begin to be convicted and adjudicated and sentenced for crimes like capital murder and murder. Prior to that, kids really wasn't killing in America. That's when Hillary Clinton.
That's a good point.
That's when Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden went to Congress and said, hey, y'all, we got a problem in America. We have a wave of children who are now committing crimes, and there are super predators. That's when the term super predator came about. Right? So check that. We're the first generation of those kids. America hadn't saw this before. We wanted to kill people, y'all. We wanted to do it.
He is talking.
We wanted to rape because we had songs that promoted rape. Hey, we want some say. Me and my homies like to play this game. Some call it Amtrak, or some call it train. Listen to the part. We all will line up in a single file line. Now we kids at 11 and 12 listening to this. We got uncles who are 18, 19, 20 bringing girls over, letting us see them have sex. Distorting our process, right? On top of these lyrics, faith comes by what? What are we hearing? We all line up in a single file line and take our times waxing girls behind.
Right.
Every time it get to me, I was out of luck because I stick it in and it will get stuck. This is what we were stuck on. The girl will say stop. I say I'm not. The girl will say stop. I say I'm not.
You know, I never heard that lyrics. That part of it, I stopped before I got to that.
We kids.
Wow.
We
and
kids.
then porn magazines. Was
Come on now.
from
So now we're
uncles
trying to have sex at 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Can we have responsible sex at this age?
No.
Our brain prefrontal cortex is not even developed for us to rationalize what, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got the culture teaching us this on top of gangsterism. So now you got NWA coming with express yourself. Well, they expressing themselves from a prison cell rapping to us. So every other movies and videos is about prison. Here come Colors. Here come New Jack City. Here come Boy. So gangsterism is we're the first wave of children that America saw playing gangster. Now we got the older guys giving us dope sacks now. In the 90s. Before then, they didn't let kids sell dope.
That is really true.
The old gangsters didn't do that.
That's really true.
We tell you, go home, go get Jesus.
Come on now.
I think when it comes to gang affiliation, I don't think gangs are going anywhere no time soon. Because one, it's too easy to start one. It's too easy to kind of to you don't have to be full-time.
If the family structure was together, then gangs wouldn't exist. So the family structure is a part. That's why you run to the gang. That's your new family.
But no, you have people today in 2-parent homes. They think they want to be a part of a gang.
Right.
It's sensationalized. It's sensationalized. And I used to say, man, little dude, man, that'll do a suburb, man, too. That dude ain't gonna do nothing. Them jokers killing from 2-parent homes, upper middle class.
That's right.
Well, you got to have a hero in the home, and mama can't be your hero. That's why the gangster becoming. Whatever man was in my life, they could have got me to do anything. It wasn't no man in my life. The boys was.
The first time I saw a man in church with his wife and 2 boys, I was around the 5th grade, and it blew my mind. I said, man, I watched him for months. And so I said, man, who that dude? He said, man, that's Mr. Wayne. He a school teacher. He said, man, and I don't even think his wife worked. I said, nigga, you lying. He said, I don't think his wife worked.
I've never had a hug from a man.
Yeah, y'all gotta go catch the rest of it. I'm gonna let y'all listen to a little bit more, but this shit good though.
That's how I ended up in the game. And I ain't never been disciplined by a man. So if I got a daddy in the house and my daddy never shows me the affection and the affirmation that I need, it don't matter if he there or not.
And you know what? You know what's crazy, man? This right today. He'll tell you, I disciple this man right here. One of the things I'm intentional to do, I don't care how old you are, I hug every man and tell him I love him.
Right.
It's amazing.
They'll put that gun down. If you hug the average nigga with a gun, he'll put that gun down. If a man just hug a criminal nigga, just hug him and hold him, homie, he'll break down crying and drop the gun.
But then most of them also,
he ain't lying with that either.
Most of them they won't because they don't want to ever get weak.
No. I'll tell you what I've seen.
No, man, I'm telling you what I've seen. Say they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I said, but you have some that want that hug, but they literally know that if I take that hug and get weak, somebody gonna kill me. So now they measure. Do I want that hug or do I want somebody to think I'm weak?
God is my witness. There are certain neighborhoods, and you know I've taken you a couple before. I can walk up on the set right now.
That was very impressive too, Pastor.
And I'm talking about if I walk up on the set, they're gonna turn the music down.
Yeah.
Ain't no dope happen. Ain't nobody cussing until Rev leave.
That's how you know what they see. They believe is real.
Yeah.
Because they don't get that response to nobody. The old woman getting out the car.
Yeah.
They don't do that for nobody. The police. So that's how you know.
Yeah.
But see, I didn't have my father. I just then, but I did have something else that changed me.
You guys are giving me some solutions, man.
That was my wife when I met her. Because see, when I met my wife, right? When I met Safina, I hid from her that I had 20 drug houses. She did not know. She used to come the only time when she would come to my apartment, girls would come to pick up a package. I'd go in the bathroom and talk to them. And so one night she's gonna tell me that that's disrespectful for them. And I said, that's none of your business. Until the night that she found out when someone called me and told me that they was coming for me. And my nephew was there, and I told him, just like this, I said, get her out of here. He said, Uncle, I got a machete. I said, what? I told you about this. I said, what is a machete gonna do with a gun?
Yeah, y'all can catch the rest of it, man.